The Bridge Cam Gauge by GAL Gauge Company is one of our most versatile gauges available. With it, you can perform several different types of measurements of welds in both inches and millimeters. With this one versatile tool, you can measure angle of preparation, outside misalignment, weld reinforcement, fillet weld throat dimension, fillet weld leg length, and undercut and pits. To measure the angle of preparation of this pipe, place the legs of the gauge squarely on the surface of the pipe and lower the rotating segment until it rests squarely on the bevel. This bevel angle measures approximately 42 degrees. To easily measure outside misalignment, rest the legs of the gauge squarely on one surface of the pipe and lower the tip until it comes in contact with the other pipe. The amount of misalignment is then read from this scale. This misalignment measures 3/32 of 1 inch, or 2.3 millimeters. To measure weld reinforcement, lower the legs of the gauge to the surface of the plate. Then, using the tip, place it at the highest point of the weld. The weld reinforcement dimension is again read from this scale. This weld reinforcement measures 1/8 of 1 inch, or approximately 3.1 millimeters. Now let's measure the actual fillet weld throat dimension using the miter slide on the bridge cam gauge. First, extend the slide as far as it will go. Place the tip of the slide on the face of the weld and lower the gauge until it squarely contacts the surface of both plates. The actual throat dimension is then read from this scale. It reads just under 3/8 of 1 inch, or approximately 9 millimeters. Turn the gauge over, and the scale on the back will also give you the theoretical fillet weld size, in this case, 1/2 of 1 inch. You can also use the slide as a go, no-go gauge. Simply remove the locking screw, flip the slide over to the theoretical side, and reassemble the gauge. Use the increments to set the slide to match the leg length. In this case, a 1/2 inch weld is specified. Set the slide to a 1/2 inch weld and lock the screw. The gauge indicates this is an acceptable amount of weld. To measure fillet weld leg length, rest the legs of the gauge on the surface of the plate. Then rotate the tip to the toe of the weld. The actual leg length is read from this scale. This measurement should read 1/2 of 1 inch, or approximately 12.7 millimeters. And finally, to measure undercuts and pits, place the legs of the gauge squarely on the surface of the plate and lower the tip into the undercut or pit. The amount of undercut is read from this scale. This pit reads 1/16 of 1 inch, or approximately 1.6 millimeters. This bridge cam gauge is available individually from GAL Gauge Company, or it is included in our complete set of gauges available in our briefcase large tool kit.